Hello, magical, wonderful, beautiful people. I want to say thank you at the beginning of this video for everyone just being so nice. I was catching up on comments over the last couple of videos, and it's just really cool that there's people on the internet that are kind to one another. I appreciate that very much. Today has already been a busy day. I saved you all from having to watch me struggle to take everything out of the gym downstairs because we have a really big delivery coming today. I finally ordered the squat rack. It was a very hard decision. If you know, you know, I guess. I didn't want to just flippantly buy something. I didn't want to buy something cheap. I wanted it to have storage for the plates. I wanted it to have a pull-up bar for Luke. It was a whole list of qualifications that it needed to have. And I finally found one, ordered that. It's coming today, which is amazing because I only ordered it like 2 days ago and it's already going to get here. So the reason that I finally jumped on that is because I really wanted to start a progressive overload workout again. I really like strength training. That's my preferred exercise, like that and walking. Chef's kiss. I'm not a big cardio person. I have a Peloton. I do enjoy the classes. I like the music. If I'm angsty, it helps me get my anxiety out. So it's nice to have it. I would probably switch it for a treadmill if I was prepared to do all of that right now, but I am not. So Peloton it is as far as cardio goes. But yeah, I wanted to do a glute focused progressive overload weightlifting program. You can do that with just dumbbells, but that's not my personal preference. So I got the squat rack ordered, barbells away. I've already started. I did my first 2 workouts yesterday and the day before. So today's Wednesday now. I think today's going to be a rest day because I'm sore. I am very sore. Haven't worked out like that in a while. Been doing tonal on and off, but had not done any weightlifting in quite a while. So yeah, definitely feeling that, but that's a good thing. And just wanted to really get my body strong again because that's when I normally feel my best, is when my core strength is up. I have a very weak back. Upper, not so much because I'm constantly shrugging my shoulders, so it's probably overactivated, but my lower back specifically, because of where my pain is, without going down that rabbit hole, I tend to tense my abdominal muscles a lot, which you would think would give me abs. It does not. But because I'm tensing so much there, it throws my back out of whack, and then it makes it not do the work it should be doing. My abs are doing that work instead to stabilize my core, which is not healthy. So the piece that we were missing from downstairs is a back extension machine. It's the one that you lay on like this and then you bend over the end and you come back up like that. I know that that's a personal weak spot for me, so I want to fix that. So I did a little Amazon search for that bad boy after Facebook Marketplace, because I thought if I can find it on Facebook Marketplace, then I would just do that. But alas, no one is getting rid of one of those right now that's anywhere close to here. So I've got that coming. It should be here Friday. So today and tomorrow, I think are going to be rest days for me. Friday, jumping back in, back extensions is one of the workouts for that. I'm not using anybody's fancy plan. I've done that in the past. I've had a personal trainer in the past. I've had a nutritionist in the past. I've gone physically to a personal trainer in the past. I have done progressive overload series before. I'm pretty comfortable with lifting weights. I just wanted some structure, so I used good old ChatGPT for the first time in my life, which was interesting. I didn't give it any personal information because I'm still a little wary of that whole situation, but I just said, build me an 8-week glute-focused progressive overload weightlifting workout plan. And it did, and it gave me suggestions for stretching on my off days and stuff. Activation series for that. So I'm going to do that today in the gym. But yeah, I completely cleared it out in preparation for putting the squat rack in. And it gave me a lot of space to be able to deep clean the gym because it has not been cleaned. I was going to say not since we moved in, but it's never been cleaned ever. And there was a lot of spider webs. It is a gym, so there's that, but it is in our house. So I wanted it to be decent. I did a mop of the whole rubber floor thing, and that's drying. I need to go make sure that that's all dried up now and start kind of moving stuff back in. But yeah, I'm super stoked that that's coming. Once that comes and I put it in, I will completely rearrange the gym and get everything back to usable, and then do my little activation series. And then I might do a Peloton. I'm in my workout clothes, so why waste them? I'll just do like a short, probably like a 20-minute Peloton series. That's normally the punk rock rides are normally 20 minutes-ish, or like an EDM ride or something. I'm not sponsored by anything that I've talked about. The squat rack that I got is from Titan Fitness. I'll link it below if you're looking for one. It's a half squat rack and it looks awesome. I had really good reviews. It's one of the most cost-effective but still a good quality squat rack, because I don't need like a Rogue Fitness 15 accessory $3,000 squat rack build. That's not what I need. But I wanted something with some functionality, and I did have a couple of things on my list. Titan Fitness was really the brand that stuck out to me for that, so I got that. I'll put my discount code for Peloton below. Everyone that owns a Peloton gets a code that gives people money off. I think before it used to be like the first 10 people would be the only ones that could use it. I don't know if that's any different now or not, but if you're looking for a Peloton and you want money off, I think it works for both the bike and the treadmill. Again, they don't know who I am, but if you want to save some monies. Luke has kind of also mentioned that he wants to start doing something again. I know he's hopped back on the tonal. I follow this guy on Instagram. I think it's just him, or it might be a whole company now because he got so popular. It's called Stealth Health. Stealth Health Cooking, Stealth Health Lifestyle, something like that. But basically he uses crock pots, slow cookers to batch meals, and they're all protein focused, and he's got all the macros for them and everything, and I love to be able to just not think about it. And when I'm trying to get back into working out, the whole autopilot, not having to think about it, is my personal preference. I will drink my superfood smoothie when I get hungry in the late morning, early afternoon. My snacks are going to be like chomps, beef jerky, an apple, the little Parmesan cubes. There's 7 grams of protein in those, and it's cheese. It's a no-brainer. And I might piddle with a couple of other things, but I would really like to have some meals in the freezer for both Luke and I that are healthy and they're already done. That way I don't have to worry about it. He doesn't have to worry about it. He can eat them for lunches if he wants to. But yeah, so basically batch cooking in a crock pot, putting them in these containers, which I also ordered, and they will be here today. And you pop them in the freezer. You just kind of write what is inside of them on the top, and they're good to go. I love to fill a freezer up with food. I've still got, from one of my previous videos, the whole chicken prep series where I put like different marinades or different meals from the once a month cooking cookbook. I think it's the family favorites one. A lot of those are still in the freezer, so I'm going to be using those too. What else is going on here? We're prepping for a party next month, so I'm starting to make like, where are people going to sleep and what am I going to feed them? Because we've got a lot of people coming in from out of state, so I need to have like good breakfast, lunch, and dinner options that feed many more people than our usual 2-person household. So I'm really enjoying planning that and getting on Pinterest and looking, at different inspiration. And so the house is starting to get to a place where it's manageable as far as taking care of it, so I can start focusing more on projects as you have seen over the past couple of videos. And I appreciate you guys sticking around, even though we skipped a couple of Wednesdays. I just really needed to get back on top of things, especially with Luke's big grand adventure for his work tables that he made. That video slotting into the rest of my videos pushed some content out for me. So I just kind of restructured everything, and skipping a couple Wednesdays has really helped. It's given me the peace of mind to be able to come back to creating content, not only less stressed, but more inspired. So yeah, I'm going to take you guys along for the day and the whole gym adventure. We got some fun stuff coming up later this week too, as far as gardening and everything goes. I have been wearing this sizer that I got from Ultra Human. It's like the universe likes to laugh at me sometimes, because my mom had asked me the last time that she stayed here. She said, have you ever, had one of those tracking rings? Or are you interested? Do you know anything about them? And I get ads for them all the time. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of interested in them. One of the vloggers that I watch, she wears an Ultra Human all the time. And I was just kind of thinking, well, I don't need that much data about my life. And I said that to her, and immediately I was almost kind of like, well, maybe I do. You know, I've got some random health symptoms that I'm trying to figure out. Maybe more data would be helpful. But as soon as I had that thought, it just kind of went out the window. I have an Apple Watch that I normally wear, and I thought that seems like enough data for me. I just didn't understand needing more information like that. And the more that I thought about it, like she said that, and then that night I was definitely like going down the rabbit hole of looking at rings again. And then I kid you not, after she went home the next week, Ultra Human emailed me, and they are releasing the new version of their Air ring, which is super light, as the name suggests. I don't have it yet, so I haven't tried it out, but I've been wearing the sizer because they tell you to wear it for like 2 days. Make sure it doesn't come off. Make sure it's not too small when your hands swell, because mine definitely do. Make sure it doesn't come off in the bed when you're asleep and you're tossing and turning and putting your hands in and out from under pillows and covers. I picked my size. I got the gold one to match the ring on my other hand, and I'm super stoked to get that and try that out, especially with this new weightlifting situation. I'm gonna wear my Apple Watch and record a workout on there, and also be wearing the Ultra Human ring, because I really want to do a comparison. Because if you're like me, I'm not like a tech person, but I do like to understand how tech works and if it's going to fit into my life before I buy it. I'm definitely an over researcher. So if you're interested too, maybe this video will be helpful, because I'm going to do a comparison and see if it's all it's cracked up to be, basically. So I'm an uber, I don't want to say skeptic, because I'm definitely open to the idea and I see the benefit of it after thinking on it. But this will be a genuine, like, first impression review comparison of the Ultra Human Air ring. And I'm super stoked. Lucas saw me wearing the sizer around, and now he wants one too. And he is a tech guy, so that makes total sense. He's kind of iffy about rings, you know, the whole entrapment possibility. And I think he found a size that works for him, so I think he might get one too. But yeah, so I will see you guys in the gym. I think it cut me off at the end, but that was actually pretty easy. Easier than I thought it was going to be. So A+ to them on that. I'm excited to use it and see how it works. So now it's time to shove everything else back in here. I've got most everything back in here, kind of set up. I'm sure we'll play with this layout a whole bunch of times, but we've got a couple more things, but we've never used them, so I don't know if they deserve a spot in here. Like, we have some wall balls, we have some like big bands, like a band lifting situation. I don't know if Luke wants those still, or if he thinks he'll use them or whatever. We can keep a couple, but I think we've pretty much whittled it down. Now we got to get rid of all this other stuff, which will be fun. There's some towels that stay down here. I need to do a load of laundry for that. I need to figure out where I'm going to put them. They need a home before I bring them back down here. So that's an issue for another day. I'm going to turn the fan on and do my recovery day activation stuff and stretching, yada, yada, yada. And then I think it might be time to go upstairs and get started on meal prepping. So it has been a day or two. I have been slowly but surely working on making all those meal prep meals. Got another one going. This is chicken peanut miso, which smells absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to have that. My Ultra Human ring came in. So I've got it on, I've got my Apple Watch, and I'm about to go do a workout and kind of see what the data looks like between the two. I'm very intrigued. I can already tell that I'm gonna be hitting this a lot. The ring that I normally wear on this finger is a lot thinner and smaller, I guess. I know they make covers for these, but I feel like that would kind of take away from the fact that it's so pretty. And I don't really know if that affects the tracking or anything. I guess it wouldn't, because the sensor is on the inside. But yeah, this will be my first activity with the ring. I am also going to be making some more treats. We've got another set of friends that are having a birthday that are coming over. So I'm making a mint chocolate chip cheesecake and a yellow cake with buttercream. So I will make the cheesecake tonight and I'll make the cake tomorrow, because I feel like the cake should be fresh, but the cheesecake has to go in the fridge. So let's go get a workout in and then kind of dive into a little bit of the data if it shows me any yet. And then I'm gonna wear both of these to sleep tonight because I'm really intrigued to see the difference that both of them have. The watch is actually really annoying to sleep with, in my opinion, which is why I don't. I normally just let it charge overnight. So the ring, I mean, first off, super comfortable. I don't even notice it because I already was wearing a ring on this finger. So I'm excited about that. I would love to learn more about my sleep. They also have this feature that tells you your ideal caffeine window of when you're supposed to take, like you can start drinking your coffee in the morning and how late into the afternoon you should be drinking it based on your sleep rhythms, I guess. I know nothing about that, but I want to learn more about it. So yeah, let's go get to it. That wasn't a particularly long strength session, but I feel like that was a lot. That was heavy. And it's hot outside, so it's humid. And I feel like I'm breathing underwater. Anyway, so I will insert some pictures here of the difference between these two sessions. Now, this is my first session wearing the ring, so it needs time to learn me. The only thing that I will notice so far is it did disconnect from like the live heart rate tracking that you can see on your phone a lot. Like not most of the time, probably like 30% of the time it just wasn't connected. It was just spinning in a circle, which is fine. I'm not really concerned at what zone I'm working out in, like heart rate zone. So I don't really need it to be live. It's just, I like to see what my heart rate is so I know when I have rested enough to have the energy and the lung capacity to attempt the next set. So that's the only thing that I will say with that. Here are the difference in numbers between the watch that I took pictures of, like the watch screenshots that I took pictures of, and the Ultra Human app. So the time is a little bit different because I stopped one before the other. It said on my watch that I burned 138 calories, and on the Ultra Human, it says 106. Again, I'm not worried about that number, but it's just interesting to see the difference. My max heart rate on the Ultra Human, it says 161. It doesn't say on the watch, I don't think, but it says that my range was from 73 to 170. So I guess my max heart rate on the watch was 170. The 122 BPM was my average heart rate, and on the watch, it was 123. So that's very close to one another. So I'm assuming that's pretty darn accurate. And then the Ultra Human, it does break it down into how long I was in each zone throughout my workout. And that is interesting data to have, and I'm sure that I can use that to help with my training as I continue to progress in it. But yeah, so the Ultra Human app has so much data. It doesn't have any from me yet, but it will collate data for me. So it's got movement, obviously. It's got my ovulation phase, which is really interesting. I know that I'm sorry for all the men watching, but this is something to know if you love a woman in any way, shape, or form. I know that different like sections of my cycle, different phases of my cycle, I will feel differently. I'll lift differently. I will eat differently or want to eat differently. So I'm really excited to see the data that I can get out of that and potentially adjust things based on that, because I've seen some articles about it, and I know someone's recommended me a book about, it's either like working out with your cycle or living by your cycle or something like that. If I remember it, I'll link it. I gotta remember what that is, but I know that there's something to that. The sleep I'm super interested in, and I feel like this is gonna force me to take the initiative to stop watching TV when I'm going to sleep. Yeah, it's a bad habit. I've talked about it before, and it's something I know I need to change, but I was really stressed out last time I tried to change it, and it did not go well. So I need to test that out again because it is possible, and I would like to read more. The version of me that I would like to be does not watch TV as she's falling asleep. I would hopefully fall asleep naturally and be tired and then close my eyes and go to sleep. But we're working on that, so I'm looking forward to that data. It also has a thing called ultra age. So it's gonna tell me what age I am based on all of my biometrics. I'm a little bit terrified of that, but it just means that I've got more information to work off of. Caffeine window, again, I'm super intrigued about that, telling me like when I should be having my first caffeine drink and when I should be having the last one of the day. And then stress. I don't know how accurate that's gonna be, but stress is a big trigger for all my autoimmune stuff. So if I could find out some more information about that, I think that would be pretty cool. And then they've got two little like quick start buttons. One is for breath work, which I might try out tomorrow morning. And then the workout one that I just used. Zones is where you like share your scores with your friends. I haven't created that yet or done anything with it because no one I know has a ring. So I don't need to share it with anybody. I'm not one of those people that like to do stuff like that anyway. Honestly, like I am my motivation most of the time. But yeah, it tells me my skin temperature. It's going to tell me my HRV baseline. It's got a list of like SMART goals that I could theoretically tick off my list, and lots of other really cool things. So I'm excited to get some more data. This meal prep situation is almost done cooking. It looks like it's got like 30 minutes left, and then I'll package that up and show you the state of the freezer. It's looking very nice. Okay, we are all done. I've put everything up in the freezer here. You'll have to excuse the beeping. So far, I have made pineapple pulled pork, which is what I'm gonna have for dinner. Avocado chicken rice, which is fantastic. It's actually got like poblanos and jalapenos in the sauce and everything. Fantastic. And then I just made peanut miso chicken, which I took a little bit of a taste and it is fantastic. So I think that's gonna be it for me today. I need to eat dinner and go to bed because tomorrow I need to wake up, do my walk, see how this ring works out for that, how much my finger swells, which is what I'm really concerned about. And then, so the Well-Nourished Market, the people that own the farm that supply the meat to that market, or most of the meat to that market, are butchering chickens tomorrow. And I've told them since they opened that if they ever did that and they wanted help, I would love to learn and volunteer my time. And they're going to teach me how to butcher chickens. So pretty excited about that. A little bit nervous, but I think I should be. I think that, you know, learning a new skill, especially as an adult, can feel a little bit daunting, but it's something that I want to do so that I know going forward if we have chickens, all of that. So I am really excited, and it means I get to spend more time with them, and they're lovely. So it can't be bad. But yeah, I will see y'all in the morning. Well, good afternoon. Don't mind the Pebbles Flintstone hair. It's a little crazy. I'm about to work out, so I was like, I don't really care what happens with my hair in this situation. But I wanted to go over everything that I did on Saturday and talk about the data with the ring, but I'll do that in a second. Well, let's go in time order. That way I can hopefully keep it straight in my head. So Saturday morning, I woke up and I went for a walk. It told me, let me click on here. Active minutes, 70 active minutes in the Ultrahuman app, 3 active hours. I wonder if it'll show me my walk. No, it doesn't show me specifics on my walk anymore. I think I took a screenshot of it, but I'm not sure. But it shows me, it's got my step goal at 11,000. I don't know if I can change that, but I think it needs to be a little bit lower. It's nice to have like large goals, but that seems a little excessive. But yeah, I took a walk because I knew I would be standing really stationary for a lot of the day because I was going over to Rob and Chelsea's to help them dispatch some chickens that they have. And I know YouTube's kind of weird about the language surrounding stuff like that. So I think I said exactly what it was in an earlier clip, and hopefully YouTube doesn't ding me for it. But yes, we dispatched some chickens, and I just felt so grateful, first off, for them offering that to me. That's such an invaluable type of knowledge, and it's something that I've talked about a lot on here that I'm trying to get more of as the months and years progress in this house. I want to feel confident in my skills before I bring animals onto this property so that I know that I can care for them well and handle the end of life stuff for them well too. And it was a lot less weird than I thought it was going to be. I definitely had like mixed emotions the night before. I was kind of nervous but excited. I think that that's appropriate. I think that as a culture, especially here in America, we've gotten so distanced from our food and the way that it's processed that it's a problem for someone else and it never crosses our minds. And I don't think that that's healthy, at least for me, especially someone that has a real aversion to like factory or even really good chicken that I get from good ranchers. They still package it in like a saline saltwater solution just for freshness and all of that. And I just hate slimy chicken. And I just always thought that's what chicken was, you know. I've not ever been there when chickens were getting processed, so I just thought the chicken is slimy, and it is not. I'm here to tell you it is not slimy at all. It's actually a lot drier than I thought it was going to be. And we went up to the chickens before we started and, you know, just kind of said a prayer over them and thanked them for the nourishment that they're going to bring everyone. And they've had a wonderful life. These are the most beautiful meat chickens I've ever seen. I'll have to ask them again what type of chicken it was, because that is what I want from now on, because I'm used to seeing the huge, big, white meat chickens. But yeah, I'm just so used to seeing people have those, and most of the people who I've watched dispatch chickens on their YouTube channel or Instagram that I follow, they're all those big, huge behemoth meat chickens, which is, you know, all well and good to each their own. But the chickens that Rob and Chelsea had they just looked so much healthier, and they were gorgeous. And not only that, their property is phenomenal. I could wax poetic about that for a while, but they are in a chicken tractor and they get to eat fresh grass and bugs for their whole life. And it was such a peaceful situation. It was a reverential situation. And I just feel really grateful that I was able to be not only present for that, but they trusted me enough with these chickens that they are, you know, then going to sell to the public or eat themselves for me to participate in that. It was just this day full of me feeling like a capable human being. And then I came home, made some buttercream, frosted a cake, and got everything ready for everyone to come over for like a little barbecue cookout for two of our friends who have birthdays close to one another. Just a super, super full day. It was wonderful. I got really good sleep the night before, which I want to talk about. This is the kind of insights that I'm looking for from the Ultra Human Ring. So that night I got 8 hours and 5 minutes of sleep. I slept a lot. I'm kind of shocked by that. I had 6 full sleep cycles. So I went to bed at 10:14 or fell asleep at 10:14 and woke up at 6:29 a.m., which is correct. And then it tells me that my temperature was in range, my HRV was in range. It gave me a score of 82. And I know you're supposed to be shooting for 100, but I will take an 82 any day. It also has stress rhythm stats on here, and I need to dig into that a little bit more. I know that it can tell you your stress levels throughout the day, and it's looking like, and I can't really tell the specific, I was wondering if it can show me the exact moment that I got there and we started the whole process, my nerves for that. I feel like that is kind of in that general vicinity, that it kind of stressed me out a little bit. And again, I feel like I should be stressed. This should be something that I'm paying attention to. But yeah, that's really stimulated is also a category on here. So if you're interested in tech like I am and you've been wanting to try out like a tracker ring situation, Ultra Human is actually having a really big sale right now. And they sent me this ring, but there's no like expectation that I'm going to tell you guys about it. If I hated it, I would have told you that too. It's really pretty. It's the Air iteration. So it's extremely light. I don't notice that I have it on. I haven't charged it since the first time that I got it. I'm sure it'll tell me if it needs to be charged, but yeah, from June 16th through the 30th, you can save 15% by going to ultrahuman.com/Acme Acres, and you can use the code KGP15, so 15 for 15% off. And if you know what KGP is, I did not pick this discount code, they did. I don't know how they knew this. But yeah, if you know what KGP is from the KGP 15 discount code, leave it in a comment below. My family's gonna get it immediately, but yeah. So I appreciate them so much for sending this over. And if you guys are looking to try it out, then hop on that discount code, because it's not a cheap thing, but it's definitely one of the less expensive ones on the market. Because I was looking at all of them. And the other one that is a popular option as well is quite a bit more expensive than this, and you have to pay more if you get different colors, which I really didn't understand. I mean, I do, but I don't. So I'm excited that not only does this give you a lot of data, because I have an Apple Watch, it gives me data, but it actually gives me suggestions on what to aim for or things that I could do differently to change the numbers that I'm seeing show up here. So yeah, really cool. Loving that. And then for the Apple Watch, it told me that I got 8 hours and 7 minutes of sleep. It gives me kind of the breakdown of all the different amounts, like awake, REM, core, and deep sleep, the percentages. Yeah, it gives me my heart rate, respiratory rate, wrist temperature, all of that stuff, but it doesn't really tell me if it's good or bad, or if I should be looking to change these things, which again, I think that's why I'm really enjoying this ring so far. It actually gives me things that it's like a jumping off point instead of just like numbers, because I don't want to collect numbers just to collect them. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Luke has been, I think he's a little bit jealous of the ring. He's been wearing the sizer that fits his finger for like a week and a half now. So I need to get him one of these too. I think he's at that point where he's ready to kind of jump back into fitness and stuff like I've been doing. So I think that'll be really helpful for him too. I'm very curious as to what color he would actually pick though. I think it's really fun that I can kind of spur him on with that, because I don't think he had ever looked at this piece of tech before. And he's really intrigued to see what kind of data I'm getting and the breakdown and how it's different from an Apple Watch and all of that too. So yeah, really enjoying that. Yeah, so it's been an eventful weekend. I hope you all had a wonderful Father's Day for all of you that are dads. And yeah, I am procrastinating my heavy leg day, if you can't tell. I've been, super cleaning up the house after having guests and everything, and just really getting ready for like the next layer of summer fun to happen. And I need to get all of this extra stuff out of the hallway here and get going on the garden some more. So that's gonna be what I will see you all doing next time. It's gonna be a garden update, garden changes. I've got an irrigation system to put in, and there's lots of development. I cannot wait to show you how many things are blooming and growing in there. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.